It always fascinated me. I always loved the OV-10 Bronco. It's a unique airplane, utility-wise. Everything is just absolutely, it's different from everything else.
AOPA keeps flying safe, accessible, and fun by protecting your freedom to fly. We are the most trusted one-stop resource for all things related to general aviation. Become an AOPA pilot today.
At Cal Aerofab in Chino, California, aviation restoration expert Matt Nightingale and his talented team of AMPs and fabricators are working to preserve and breathe new life into a Vietnam War icon, the North American Rockwell OV-10 Bronco. A somewhat lesser-known warbird, this versatile and rugged aircraft is often overlooked among warbird enthusiasts, but California Aerofab and the OV-10 Squadron hope to change that. With hours of meticulous and painstaking repairs, the team is bringing over half a dozen Broncos back to their former glory and into the modern age to inspire and remind future generations of the Bronco's rightful place in aviation history. Let's take a closer look at the OV-10 Squadron and the team behind it.
When Vietnam started up, military was looking for an airplane to come in to be a close air support aircraft, and they used the airplane throughout Vietnam with success. The first one flew early in '67, late '66, and then they built them all the way through. They only built like 380 of them, so there weren't a lot of them built. And they're still being used today by several governments. Philippine government uses them. They have them as one of their, their support aircraft over there. They operate them all the time. Cal Fire uses them all the time. It's got a big fat wing on it. It's a twin-engine airplane that has great flying characteristics. I got my pilot's license in a T-28. I love the T-28. It's a fantastic airplane. And this had all the characteristics of a T-28, just had two engines. It's a twin-engine aerobatic king air, pretty much is what it is. It's got slow flight capabilities. Depending on how much gas you want to burn, it cruises about 210 knots. It, burns about 100 gallons side an hour. The thing that was cool about this is you could hang pretty much anything and everything off of it. You could carry Zuni rockets, you could carry 250-pound bombs. They were only intended to last through Vietnam, but the government, the Navy, and the Air Force used them up through the 80s. The Navy used them up through the 90s. The Marines used them, and then Department of State picked them up. This particular airplane was picked up by Department of State. It flew out of Florida, Patrick Air Force Base. It was part of the Colombian drug spraying program, to where it would go down to Colombia and spray the fields. And there's some really good, interesting stories of these airplanes being down there. The short takeoff and landing's fantastic. The Department of State guys that flew these airplanes, they had a rule: they never put full flaps out unless they were really close to the ground, and that's because there's a lot of things that can happen in these things, especially running these propellers on them. This is a modification on the airplane that was done for Department of State, so you wanted as least amount of drag as you could possibly get out there. But everything fat, dumb, and happy, you can land, on less than a football field. So I mean, it's really a great airplane. It comes in, you can touch down at 70 knots, and if you're on the money, you can stop within 100 yards.